want to do is thank our students and the fans, because it was really neat to see that student section and the maze and all that stuff when we went out for warm-ups, and then it just kept building. So I want to thank the students, because it's fun when they're there. They make the atmosphere of the game fun. Go ahead, Chris.
Your captain's kind of lead by example. Seemed like Cam Gordon had one of the better games of his career. Can you just talk about his play, Taylor, the way he's played for you?
Well, you know, Cam is a guy who's, you know, matured in a lot of ways, you know, in his time in Michigan, from a receiver and then coming in and going to safety. And the work ethic he showed, I think, during the offseason, his leadership, obviously his teammates, and I think his motor that he plays the game with. And he's a better technician, he's bigger, he's stronger. That's a credit to him and what Aaron Woolman does in the weight room, but he also is an intelligent football player that can handle a lot of things and do it well.
If you have a question, again, they'll get you the mics. We'll start John on the left.
Brady, Devin acknowledged he's got to cut down on the turnovers, but can you talk about his play today, especially in the aspect of being able to improvise?
Well, you know, he's athletic, and sometimes I'm crossing my fingers when I see him out there being athletic. But you know, he had a couple decisions that I think, one for sure was one that he should have probably made a better decision on, but at the same time, you know, he's got a lot of confidence in his abilities, and you like that. You know, I'd rather have a quarterback that has that confidence than a guy who you have to keep feeding all the time. So I think, you know, that he had a good game. You know, I wouldn't say elite or excellent or anything, but I thought he had a good game.
Center of the team view base, right?
Brady, I think you ended up with 242 yards rushing, 221 passing. Can you talk about, is that just how you want to see it as far as balance, and how important is that to the offense?
Well, I think to the offense itself, I think it's really important. I think to have balance, and when you have balance, you can run the ball. You know, and I don't know, I think the tailback position probably about 150, 160 yards, and then Devin had, I think, the rest of it. But it just opens up so much of the play action game. And, you know, that's the one thing that Devin, more than a lot of quarterbacks, does such a great job with ball handling and play action that it's a big part of our offense.
To your left, Larry.
Brady, other than the final score, what did you really like? And I'm sure as a coach, you saw some things you didn't like off the top of your head. What can you share?
Yeah, there's a lot of things probably in the negative side. Winning was good. The defense responding in a couple sudden change situations was good. I think running the football was something that we want to do, obviously. Getting a lot of touches to a lot of different guys was a good thing. On the negative side of it, I thought we were sloppy. And some of it's body posture, demeanor, getting in the huddle, getting out of the huddle, penalties. Those things drive me crazy. And so that's a negative. The other negative, I didn't think we tackled as well. And in the second quarter, they had, you know, first down, run the ball, first down, run the ball, first down, run the ball. And, you know, some of that's tackling, some of it's getting off blocks and fitting the defense.
In the middle, Andy.
During camp, you talked about this team's youth a lot. You played a lot of true freshmen today. How did they respond? Were there any that really stood out to you?
I don't know if any of them really stood out. You know, I think until you watch the film, you know, I think we think that, you know, obviously it's a talented group. At the same time, there's discipline and things like that you need to play with, and that's something they'll learn. And they'll learn a lot off this game. You know, we took 68 guys to the hotel last night, and 36 of them were first or second year players. And that's a lot of babysitting, you know, and a lot of teaching going on. And yeah, it is babysitting.
Is it important though that they got the experience?
Yeah, I think, yeah, I don't think there's any doubt that's important. And that's something that, you know, we were fortunate enough that the game went the way it did, so we could do that.
Over your left, Robbie.
Just on that thought, Coach, can you describe to us, share with us your thoughts as you're going through, whether it is before the game or during the game, as the game's progressing with the scores that it has been, where in your mind, and how do you assess when to take the time to bring in the new guys?
Well, and that is a really good question, because I'm always nervous, to be honest with you. You know, and luckily I've got good coaches who will remind me that we were up by 35 or whatever, and it was time maybe to play some other guys, because I've seen teams come back, and I don't want that to happen.
Back to your left, Wojo.
Brady, I don't know if you looked at the schedule, but there's a team coming up next Saturday, and with that game coming up, did you get, you're talking about playing so many young guys, did you get sort of everything that you wanted out of this game? You got some mistakes out of the way, obviously, as well, but playing so many young guys early on.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt, Wojo, that we really wanted to go out and first impression of this football team, you know, making a really good impression. And at the same time, you know, there's so much to teach from this film, and, you know, so many mistakes, maybe assignment-wise, you know, the penalties and all that, you know, I can talk about all day, but I think it's a game that we were fortunate enough to play well enough to get enough guys in, so they've got real tape in a game situation, and we can correct from that.
Over in your back, right.
Coach, obviously your program's a little ahead of Central Michigan's, but what was it about the Chips and your preparation for them, and after seeing them play, that you actually liked and you said, hey, this is pretty good?
Well, I told Dan before the game, you know,